Access on Project Alpha. The views expressed in this programming are not the views of Public Access, Project Alpha, Geek and Sundry, Nerdist, Legendary Digital Networks, or the respective parent companies or affiliates. Would you like to host your own show on Public Access? Do you live in the Los Angeles area? Contact us at publicaccess@projectalpha.com to book your programming time today.
Live from beautiful downtown Burbank, it's the Matthew Teardrop Show. And here's your host, Matthew Teardrop.
Hey everybody, thank you for, it's great to be back here in beautiful downtown Burbank, California for the Matthew Teardrop Show. We got a great show tonight. I'm especially excited about our show tonight. We got a real star-studded show. we got a guy. He's a star of reality television, stage and screen. We got a stand-up comedian who is on the news. We got one of the hottest bands in Hollywood. Sell out every show they play. They can't even walk down the street without a sellout show happening somewhere. We got children. Young children. At a staff meeting with the staff after the last show, and I was like, for the next episode, I want to get the youngest child I can find. Get him in the studio. See what happens. But no, unfortunately, so many agents and bookers hit us up to get their celebs on the show. We only do this show whenever Mouse lets us, so we can't just have everyone who hits us up. So there were a couple celebs who wanted to be on the show today, who just loved the show, but because of scheduling reasons, they couldn't make it today, but they sent in videos of just telling us how much they loved the show. They sent us a couple videos if we want to roll those ones. Back there, Holly, if we can roll that video.
Oh, hey folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and I like good entertainment as much as anybody. That's why when I'm looking for something fun to watch, I watch the Matthew Teardrop Show on Project Alpha. Matthew Teardrop, tough guy, ho!
Hello there. Well, Matthew Teardrop's been a good boy, and he's on my nice list. I love watching the Matthew Teardrop Show on Project Alpha.
Hi, this is Richard Conti, and I watch the Matthew Teardrop Show every week on Project Alpha.
Well, wasn't that great, everybody? That was a great tribute. The last video was a little weird. I don't know what's going on.
Who is that guy?
I don't know what's going on with that one, but all right. Well, we appreciate all things here, young and old. But we have here back from a long absence. We have our co-host tonight, the vibrant rap girl. So you weren't here on the last episode. Where have you been?
Rehab. No, just kidding. I was at a friend's wedding, so I didn't make the last one.
So, and the last show was like 2
I
months
was
ago.
so
So it was
bummed
a
out.
2-month wedding.
It was a good show. I wish I was here for that one.
Well, what else have you been up to?
I got some new shoes that I really love.
Did you want to tell people about the joke I made this morning?
He was looking for his pants, and he said, "Where are my pants?" I put them in the hamper. And then what did you say?
What did I say?
What did you say?
Tell everyone what I said.
And then he found him, and he said, "Oh, hamper time."
I said, stop, hamper time.
Stop hamper time.
Let's hear it. That's pretty good, right? I like that
great.
song.
It's good.
And we have, of course, as usual, our house band, Richard Conti and the Matthew Teardrop Show Band. Let's hear it. Yeah. Come on. He's worked for years to learn how to play that. Let's at least clap for him for a couple seconds. You know, a lot of people know this guy as like the Matthew Teardrop Show Band. Richard Conti, the leader of that band. What a lot of people don't know is he's also a little bit of a Renaissance man, right? Is that right? Encino man,
okay.
Renaissance man. I get those two mixed up.
I guess it depends on who you're asking.
Well, he not only does he play music, but he supports the entire music scene by making, what do you call them, clips?
Music videos?
Music videos for bands across the world. He's like, who's the most famous music video director? Like Mick G or something? Like,
it was Dolly Parton for a while, but it switched over.
Well, we've got a clip of a music video he made. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this music video you directed and...
Okay, this is just a clip from that video. This is for the band Historian, and we basically suspended the singer over a platform, and it was a big contraption. And this is actually going to be the remix of that video.
Contraption, that'd be a cool band name, right?
That would be a good band name. Basically, but this is a weird clip. For the show, I did something different. I took all the takes and just put them together in one and spliced it together.
That sounds nuts. Why don't we...
Only for this show.
Only for this show. He made
exclusive.
a whole music video, but the only piece of it is 30 seconds that we're going to see here on the show.
Right, just a tidbit.
No one's going to see the rest of the video, just this 30 seconds.
That's it.
A full... Well, can we roll that one back there, Holly?
And yes, I feel alright, but what I wanna know is this just some riddle? Will my life finally show? And yes, I feel alright, but what I wanna know is this just some riddle, or will my life finally show? And I'll travel on till the night doesn't show.
Wow, now that's what I call a music video.
That was awesome.
I just wish there was some way we could see the rest of it. How can we see the rest of it?
It should be premiering probably next month. It's kind of up to the band's marketing and PR when it comes out.
All right,
But
well, that's
Historian, I need a
disappointing.
feature. Yeah, sorry. So,
But if,
yeah.
you know, for the millions of viewers out there who see that music video and they're like, I want a music video just like that, or at least something similar by the same director, how would they go about beginning that process?
If they want a video by the same director,
Promote yourself
Oh,
here.
promote
Just, yeah,
myself.
you showed your damn video. Don't you want to promote it? Or isn't that
Sure.
the point?
So the band is Historian. I need a feature. I directed it. Yeah, if someone wants me to direct something, my email is saxrmc @yahoo.com. There you go.
I recently emailed someone named. A similar email. I don't know. I thought it was a funny joke. All right. Well, you know, enough's enough. Enough goofing around. We're gonna get to our first guest.
Let's do it.
We have a guest who I'm really excited about. Who here watches like TV? Yeah. Is that? You remember a couple years ago they had the like dumb Starbucks? You remember that, Eli? No. You remember that back there, Holly?
Nathan
Dumb
for you.
Starbucks?
Nathan for you. Dumb
You know,
Starbucks.
it was all a stunt by a reality television show. Nathan for You. Who's watched Nathan for You? Well, if you watched that dumb Starbucks episode, he hires one very special barista, and he only hires 2 people on the show. So if you watch the episode of Dumb Starbucks, this is the guy. It's our first guest. He has a great band, and he's also a reality television star. I don't know if it's reality television. It's something, however you classify it. I don't believe in labels. But our first guest, Jeremiah Paige, is here for him. How you doing on that drink there?
This apple juice is really good.
You don't have to lie to the people.
It's whiskey, goddammit, it's whiskey.
No, we don't curse on the show. But
Oh, that was blasphemous, wasn't it?
how did I'm just a normal guy. I watch television. I'm a consumer.
As one does.
And this episode of Nathan, I'm a fan of the show. This episode comes on. I remember hearing about Dumb Starbucks. It was like a big story. And then like a year later, it turns out it's like this TV show. And so I watched the show, and there's my friend Jeremiah who works at the place.
Yep.
How did this all come about?
I was kind of in between jobs and went to the library to use their internet to find
Which library? Edendale?
No, the downtown LA.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's the swanky one.
Let's hear it for the downtown LA library. Let's hear it for the Edendale library. Boo! If you've been there, it's not the best.
That's nice.
It's all right.
Hey, have you been there?
So I was skimming through the supposedly want ads of Craigslist, and they're like looking for someone with barista experience for a short-term gig.
You
And so,
have that.
Yeah, because I used to work at Starbucks, and I used
Which
to work at the one in Santa Monica while I was going to hair school, hairstylist.
Wow.
Also, I worked in San Francisco at Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf up there, so I have
Which
like
one
some
did you like
background.
better? Starbucks or CBT? Elf.
I don't know, it's kind of hard. I had really good experiences in both places.
Well, let's stay on topic here. Okay.
Watch your beer there, dude. Yeah, so I put in my resume. They hit me up like 20 minutes later, like,
Wow.
hey, can you like come to this address for
They
like
just
an
knew.
interview?
They saw you
whatever.
resume, and they're like, "This guy's a star. Let's get him on the show." So
I
what
don't
happened
know
next?
if it was a star thing, but they just needed bodies, I guess.
Well, you
And
got a
so-
wonderful body, so I'm glad to see it on television.
Thank you. But no, I go to this place that same day, and I'm just like not really expecting anything. Like, this is kind of weird that they just hit me up immediately, you know? I get to this place that's like kind of by like Fountain and Santa Monica. Wait, do they run? No, it was
Well, yeah, we
La
don't need
Brea.
the
So, yeah,
directions to the
well,
place.
yeah,
We
but
can
it's like
just
some
get-
weird like 2-story like dilapidated looking thing. I'm like, am I gonna get killed in here today? Is that like what's gonna go on?
I'm guessing
So,
the answer to that is no, because
no,
you're
I'm
here
still
on
here.
the show.
Yeah. So I get there, they're like asking questions, well, videotaping me. I'm just like, okay, this
Was
is kind of
Nathan
weird.
for you interviewing you, or is it
No,
different
like one of
guy?
his lackeys.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're like, all right, we'll ask you some questions, yada yada yada. We'll give you a call back if we like you. 3
So-
hours later, get a call back.
3 hours later, they call you.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they liked you that much.
I guess so.
Wow.
It seems like they just had you from hello.
Something like that. Yeah.
So what happened next? What's the next, like, did you go straight from that to like, just like you show up and you're on the show, or what?
No, went to. They were like.
Was it like tryouts? Like, did you feel
Yeah.
like you were trying out for a TV show?
No, I didn't
Or did
really-
you
like I
feel like
said, I
you were
didn't-
interviewing for a job?
Well, when they told me we like you come to this address, call time is this time. I'm like, call time must be something that they're filming. You know,
yeah,
being
well,
someone from Los
these
Angeles.
TV people,
you
they
know.
want coffee. These darn TV people.
You said it.
They like their coffee.
Yeah.
Call time's this, bring the coffee, right? That's
Something like
how it
that.
works.
And then it was like me and 4 other people, and they were bringing us to where the Dumb Starbucks was.
Did they make you like who made the best coffee, or?
No.
right, well-
it was just like some weird interview. Like we get there, like I get there, and it's Nathan Fielder like interviewing me. pretty
Wow,
much.
that's the star of the show. Let's hear it for him.
Yeah. Woo, Nathan.
Well,
Very monotone Kermit the Frog.
let's cut through the logistics and let's get to like the real juicy stuff.
Okay. Like what? What do you want to know?
So when it actually picked up and got really, really busy, how crazy was it?
That happened overnight. So we opened at Friday from like 5 to 10, or just like.
Did you know it was good, like a TV show at
Well,
that point? Or
I
like, did
think,
you?
yeah, I think
Like, did
so.
you know about?
I didn't know about the show
You didn't know about that show.
at
and,
all.
like,
Yeah.
When did you like? Because I've known that show from like when it first came out. I kind of knew about him a little before, just because I watched stuff like that. But like, at what point did you realize like this was like a thing I'm in, right? You know, like this is like.
When did you realize it was a big deal?
The second day.
Did news kind of come
like-
right
was
then,
it,
or
like,
did it
after,
take a
like-
couple?
Well, it was. I mean, I didn't really know about the show until like my friend Alex showed up the next day in the morning. Like, I saw this thing online, people sharing photos and whatnot. And yeah, the show Nathan for You. I'm like, oh, that's what this is. Okay, I guess this is what this is.
'Cause a lot of people thought it was like Banksy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So like, we had a lot of people asking to like write Banksy on the cup. And I was like, by that point, I didn't know what this was. You know?
Did
So
people
it's just
think
like,
you
okay.
were Banksy?
No.
Like, wouldn't that be like if you went to like, if you thought it was Banksy and you go to the coffee place, and like the guy serving you was like, "Here, have your coffee," and you'd be like, "Yeah, that was Banksy, wasn't it? That's the
Right.
guy."
Yeah. I think someone gave me a knowing like nod, like, thank you.
Like, yeah, I know you're Banksy.
You're not
you went to-
fooling me.
You went and trained to be a barista.
Right.
So how long did you work there for before it got shut down by the health department?
Monday, 4 days. So they were like, oh, we're going to just run with this for however long this is going to go until we get shut down. And it was actually really funny because I remember when that happened. It was on a Monday. And like at that point, all these news people were coming in trying to ask us questions while we're working, you know. And one of the guys was like, you know, trying to ask the like hard hitting questions, like, oh, I see you guys don't have like a grade outside, like has health.
What did you say?
Like, it's like, oh no, we're just like a installation art thing, you know. So we don't
Right.
charge people, so this is how we're doing this. And then 2 hours later, like Elliott Health Department comes through.
Also, like the
He
logistics.
ratted us out pretty much.
The logistics of the actual job, like, it was just like two people. working,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
must have been really
Was
crazy.
it like chaos? Like,
Yeah, it was. I think on the third day, Sunday, I went to the drawing room next door to get a quick shot, and then I
and
went
people
back.
like, yeah, you're the dumb Starbucks guy.
Well, I mean, it was
Did
kind
you
of
at least
happening
get
at
a
the
free
same
drink
time.
out of it, or no one was like,
Well, this one girl who was like really chill, like did like kind of hook me up a little bit, you know.
Nice.
But apparently she was hooking a lot of people up, and I found out a couple months later that she got fired from that job.
oh,
so.
jeez. You should have gotten her a job at dumb Starbucks.
Yes. Oh, actually, she told me a funny story. A couple days after it was shut down, some family apparently drove in their like van to the location to go there, but they didn't know it was shut down from Texas.
Aw. Well, it was international
Well, let's hear it for that
news.
family
Yeah.
who at least
Yeah. Right.
traveled a long way to see a joke
It just
thing.
kind of that whole thing, how it blew up so fast. It just kind of reminded me of like something you'd see in an '80s movie. Like people just get infatuated with something, and it's like the big thing. Like I don't know, Furby.
Well, like, you know, I've seen you, like, since then, and I've, like, been like, hey, I saw you on the thing, and you're like, oh, yeah. You know, it's like,
Well,
for
to
you,
me,
it's not a big thing,
not
but
a big
I was
deal,
like,
yeah.
do you get, like, I don't know, do you get
Fan mail?
recognized? Do you get recognized
hate
ever
mail?
on the street? Like,
No Mel, but I do get recognized on the street.
Like-
It's died down since it aired, though.
so, like, Jeremiah
Like-
was there ever, like, Jeremiah Fever? Like,
No.
Just like
that's-
when you
that's
were, like-
weird.
I know it's not a huge show, but, like, everybody was talking about dumb Star. You remember, right, Eli? Like, dumb Starbucks was, like, a huge thing, and it's like everybody was going there. And
Well,
you were
for that
basically the
weekend.
face of that, right?
I mean, like if you watch that episode, I'm probably there for like 2 minutes, if that.
Has anybody
know.
ever come up to you after, like, pissed?
No, why would
Like,
I be pissed?
Like,
I
just like,
didn't
I
get
thought
my
that was
damn
a Starbucks.
What was the worst drink to make? What was like the worst thing you had to like make over and over again?
They weren't all terrible. So like we had this machine that they gave us that you would see at an AM/PM, like one of those things like you put your cup under there,
It
it's
just,
like,
like, comes
a
out.
slurpee
cappuccino,
machine.
like lip
Nice.
latte, that kind of a thing. So it took kind of a longer time to make those drinks because
well-
you're just waiting for this thing to crap out of drink. Sorry guys.
That's okay. It's
that gonna
nothing
cost
they
you?
haven't
Is that gonna
heard
cost you?
before on
Okay.
out of their
Sorry.
dad's mouth. I've heard
Sorry.
him curse
Sorry.
like a sailor.
Sailor Jerry.
But do you
Oh,
like?
you got it.
Did you like have to like make up the drinks on the spot? Like, were you in charge of deciding what drinks? Or
No, I just pressed buttons.
Did someone
And the other coffee was just like Starbucks coffee from
We're going back to the logistics of the actual job here.
No,
Did someone like train you what jobs to drink, or they were just like, all right, you're a barista.
No, they showed
make us whatever freaking coffee you think of.
Well, no,
You're
at
in
first
charge of what
production
you
showed
make.
us what they had, and it's like, here are some pastries that are all from Bonds. Like, the coffee was all from Bonds, and then this weird machine that they stole from an AM/PM, I think. Just like crapping out the drinks, you know. But one girl that I worked with, for some reason, since it like took somewhat of time, like would tell people, oh, our machine is kind of like acting out, so it's taking a while. I'm like, no, it's just making one drink at a time.
Well, that's what I do at my job.
It's
It's
like,
like if we
calm
don't want to
down.
do something, it's like, it's broken.
Oh, like the
Right,
ice cream machine.
I
at
think everybody
McDonald's.
knows that one.
Right.
It's like, oh, we can't do that one. It's broken. Go to the McDonald's down the street and get your hamburger or whatever. Right? But do you,
machine.
I know we only have a couple minutes left. Do you have any other like juicy behind the scenes stories of dumb Starbucks, be it the TV show or
not really. I
Looks
mean,
like
it was like
the-
really cool that production actually would get us any kind of food we wanted while we were working
wow.
there. So
Any
like,
type of food? It's like you're on death row.
yeah, something like that. No, it was just like, but I wasn't gonna be a dick to the guy running to get the food. It'd be like, oh, just get me a slice of pizza from Garage Pizza, which is like kind of down the road.
Now looking back,
You
do you
know.
wish like
You got surf
Right.
and turf or
Got something.
wish I
something.
got in the surf and turf. Yes.
looking back,
Being
I wish
honest.
I had. Would you have
Like-
the option of being like I want a catered?
Mm.
Because like that budget,
Maybe.
that budget.
But it would be cool if it was catered, because then I just go to the back and like grab, I don't know, a block of cheese or fucking
That would be your pick. Is
Carrot,
a
a carrot.
If you could have any food
Like-
from any budget, it would be a block of cheese.
yes, exactly. You do so many things.
I'll
with
drink
cheese.
to that.
Yeah. Cheese is universal.
Now,
You can do so many
one
things
more.
with it.
I have another, now, like the new season has started.
Mhm.
Have they like hit you up again to like?
Well, no, I mean, one of the nice ladies at production said if we were to like use it again, we'll like hit you up. But I still do get royalties, I guess,
Oh
from
wow.
that.
How much like
Wow.
royalties? Do you get
I
royalties
got one check for like
every,
$30. That was
Like
kinda
every
cool.
coffee that people
30
drink?
bucks.
Like,
Yeah.
like every time someone buys a coffee who went to dumb Starbucks, you get. That's a dumb joke, but.
No. At one point, we had run out of cups. Because some people were like, can I have extra cups? I'm like, no. We ran out of cups, and then like production came back with like these stickers that they just put on the cup. So then when the hot liquid was radiating through the cup, the logo on the sticker started melting.
We're wrapping up out there. Don't worry, we'll be done soon. I just
That's what happens when you
Yeah,
bring a
we
young kid. You were wondering about that, right?
but
have-
before we go, just like not only is he a great barista, he's also in like a really good band. Why don't you tell us a little bit about like a serious? We'll give you a serious time to promote your band.
Well, all right. So my band is called Hawaiian T-Shirt. We are kind of like a dancey post-punk band. So if you think of like Delta 5, Gang of 4, and like early Talking Heads, it's kind of in our realm, I guess. Going on like a year, and we're gonna start recording hopefully like, next month. Dante from bands such as Dante vs. Zombies and his new band Fake News.
Yeah, so
which
you
is
can
pretty
see they're
good.
big time. They're not
Yeah, they're the big time.
no joke.
The time is so big with us.
But that was great. Everybody check out his band, Hawaiian T-Shirt. Yeah. Ben, does he need to stay up? Can he stay up here, or should I?
Stay up there if you want, Matt.
Okay. Oh, you can stay up there.
Cool.
But we're in no shortage of big time people here on the Matthew Teardrop Show. Our next guest is he's actually. We've only had 2 return guests. I shouldn't do that because that's like bad in UK. But like, we've only ever had 2 return guests. We had Endless Megan, who's been on here a couple times, and we have this next guy, who you've probably seen him all over the world with his, he loves
OJ
OJ.
Museum.
But one thing you don't know about him is he's one of the best stand-up comedians. Like there's like Dane Cook is here. Bill Cosby's here.
He's maybe
Is he
down.
that way?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, he's maybe down
or
there.
whatever. That's
Somewhere
just-
between the Earth's core.
But this next guest,
where was my hand? I forget where my hand was on the last. I'm just gonna go up here and say our next guest. He also hosts a show on this very same public access channel. What's it called? Starcase.
Starcase.
You might see me on it. When's the next episode, Mouse?
Next week.
If you tune in here, if you're watching live for whatever reason, I don't know, like maybe you're weird or. But this guy hosts a show. You might see me up there. I don't know. But I saw his stand-up set like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, that's the kind of comedy that belongs on public access television.
Totally.
He's not only is he a great comedian, but he's just a great guy in general. Ladies and gentlemen, stand-up comedian Adam Papagan.
Wow, Cosby and OJ. Thank you for that introduction, Matt. Thank you for. A lot of people don't ask me to do stuff like this; they know better. But happy to be here. A lot of talk about coffee earlier. A lot of people drink coffee for energy to like wake up in the morning. I go to bed early, but whatever works for you. So I lie about what I do for a living. I realized I've been lying about having the same job for about 6 years. And it's about time I lie about asking for a raise. I think I deserve it. Otherwise, I may have to. Thank you, Matt.
Sorry, I'm getting a little too excited.
A lot of excitement here. It's cool to have. The job I have right now, it's flexible. Every month I get to choose between paying rent and eating. The way it works with my job, I'm not an employee. I'm an independent contractor, which means at the end of the year I have to pay taxes, but I don't have to wash my hands after I use the bathroom. Employees only. My girlfriend and I were talking the other day, and she was saying that she wants to go to Europe. I was like, Europe? That is a long way to go to get in a fight. I'm sure there's something locally that would make you upset. 3-day weekend, or I don't know, something simple. My girlfriend called me controlling. I was like, it's weird because I told her to never say anything like that. She also called me possessive, and I was like, who have you been talking to? Halloween's coming up. Yeah, Halloween has got to be one of the scariest days of the year because rent is due the next day. Probably in the top 12. New Year's Eve, too. Football season is upon us. I'm really excited. I am a huge fan of head trauma. So just every Sunday, I love concussions too. You ever notice that the best thing at Taco Bell is Pizza Hut? No. Doritos, tacos, and spicy Mountain Dew. But meanwhile, the pepperoni pizzas right there. I was in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, they have the Taco Bell Cantina, which is like a bar mixed with a Taco Bell. It's kind of like a bar because they serve alcohol, and it's kind of like a Taco Bell because it's not very good. It's just the Mountain Dew with liquor poured into it, and then they serve it to you. So it's more like the parking lot of a Taco Bell. I do love fast food, though. I heard an interesting statistic. Every day, McDonald's feeds 1% of the world's population. Every day, 1%. It's not the 1%, but it's still it's impressive. Alright, I got a couple more things I wanted to tell you. Oh boy. I'll end on this. I feel like, I was younger, I would go to like shows all the time. I know we have a lot of musicians here, but like music was like really important to me. And I feel like today there's like hardly any good bands out there. Either that or I'm almost 30 years old. I don't know. My favorite band though is and will always be the Eagles because they have so much range. They have a song called Take It Easy and a song called Take It to the Limit. Both ways to take it. Cool. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
That was great. Hey, Adam, where can we see you coming up?
Next week on Starcase.
So, next week, Starcase. If you're watching this now, I don't know what your deal is, but make sure to tune in next week for Adam's own show, Starcase. Now, speaking of a showcase of stars, we have one more guest coming out. I'm so excited about them. I tried to get them on the show one other time before, but I think they were busy. What was up with that? I don't know. We can talk about that later.
We were away. We were out of town.
Yeah, that's what they always say, way out of town. I've used it. But, no, they've been one of my favorite bands, like, almost from, like, the get-go of me walking my first step in California.
Well, that was a different band, though.
They've been my favorite band, like I'm trying to be nice. You want to interrupt my compliment? Like they've been in 10 different my favorite bands. Like they're all the best, right? I'd say, right? I'm like, you guys are probably Eli and Mary. I don't know about the rest of this one. I don't know about. I don't know what she does, but like combined, the two of you have probably been in like 10 of my favorite bands, or at least like what, 3, 4,
Thank you.
5 bands. I don't know how many
Some.
bands you are.
Couple.
I can't even keep track. But the band there.
We did one together. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, well that was my number one, Captain Geach. When Captain Geach meets Teardrop.
Yeah.
Very much. Well, let's just get their current band on the stage. I could go on all day about them, but Madam Headdress.
So tap board. My guitar now.
Back up.
Maybe back up a little bit. You doing good over there, Jeremiah? Still? You want a little sip of this?
That's my
It's all mine.
There's my headdress.
Can you not spill that on me, Matthew?
Come up when you're ready, Nate. Ladies and gentlemen, Madam Headdress.
You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Please excuse the absence of me. I did a small dive off the deep end and got lost at sea. I made a new home in a fishbowl, and I spend most of my time swimming with sharks in the ocean in the The water's burning my eyes and it's filling my throat, and I don't think I can swim another stroke. Feel like I'm weighted down and I'm gonna drown if I don't stop swimming with the sharks in the ocean in the dark. The ship set off a while ago, the rocks are getting nearer. The storm rage on the clouds are black, the skies are getting clearer. I love the sun and blue skies and a walk in the park, but for now I swim with the sharks in the ocean in the dark. The
Sorry, I hope he didn't. That was bad.
Want to sit up?
Oh, jeez. I hope he didn't.
Oh
Well,
no.
that was.
She's just.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
Yeah, we went a little long. We went a little over. We went 8 minutes over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We went 8 minutes. I know you.
That's why she's sad.
I'm sorry.
It's 8 minutes over.
Well, that was great. We had a great show tonight.
Oh, Lord.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Let's- Yeah.
You are watching Public Access on Project Alpha. The views expressed in this programming are not the views of Public Access, Project Alpha, Geek and Sundry, Nerdist, Legendary Digital Networks, or their respective parent companies or affiliates. Would you like to host your own show on Public Access? Do you live in the Los Angeles area? Contact us at publicaccess@projectalpha.com to book your programming time today.